Hello everyone, thank you for coming back to Mary's Little House for Cindy's song number 3. I just got back, I'm still shiny from the sun. It's nice out, it's a nice breeze and everything, but it's very shiny. A blue sky with little wisps of clouds wisping the blue sky. Peanut's here. Are you awake still, Peanut? Peanut's here. He hadn't fallen asleep yet because I haven't started talking. But he wants to make his cameo appearance. Oh, Peanut, that's the camera right up there. Well, he doesn't know exactly how to work the camera. Anyway, I don't either. So say hello to their family. The YouTube. God bless you all. He says bye-bye. Okay, he'll sit back in my lap and fall asleep. I put him to sleep really fast with my talk. Okay, I'm so glad to see you. I just got out of the sun. I was at my favorite place. There's a bus stop down in Centerville, Illinois, by a convenience store, ran by dear friends. They're Palestinian friends, and they let me park my van there and give out these gifts. I gave out 26 gift bags. Every one of them has a religious article in them, and then they have toys, and they have beautiful keepsakes and spiritual books and things like that. It goes pretty fast, and the people are appreciative, and they just share their faith, because I say, God bless you. These are free. These are like God's grace is free, and when they hear that, they resonate with their own faith and thank me profusely. So this is just giving out the gifts. It's getting them ready. It's such a grace and a gift. And many people help me by we're like a clearinghouse for religious articles and goods, especially Catholic ones, of course. And we send them. I just last week gave boxes of to the Hispanic ministry here in the Belleville, Illinois diocese. So we get lots of things. Grandma dies, and they don't know what to do with all their religious articles. They send them here. We sort them, clean them, fix them, and we send them out either to the missions in India, East India, or locally the Hispanic missions, and those that are more generally Christian, like crosses and Bibles and things. We give out today 26 sacks, and the local thrift stores help me, and I'm just very blessed to have that ministry. Cindy loved to get things to give out to, and I always feel like I'm the sacristan of the church. The holy things, I don't want them to be profaned, and I want them to be taken care of. I want to hold them. We've given out to the missionaries come through. The missionaries of charity got 2 of our statues, Mother Teresa's nuns. So we sort of hold these things for people, for the good of the church. And sometimes we get beautiful things too. And we just recently I'll have to show you a bust of the Good Shepherd, and we have him on a pedestal in the front room for all to see and venerate. And it was from the thrift store, one of our thrift stores. God bless you. I'm so grateful to be with you. This is Cindy's song number 3. Remember now, we left off when Father Peter Mary Rookie announced to the whole world, really it wasn't to the whole world, but to the St. Louis area. And a lot of our people in the Belleville diocese go across the river for Father's healing mass and healing prayer service. And so when Father mentioned that Cindy was here to found a religious family of priest brothers and sisters of Mother of God Ministries, even invited them to see Cindy if they're interested, we had to move fast. And as we said yesterday in our Mary's song number 2, we went right to the Bishop Wilton Gregory, who was very gracious in receiving us, gave us a liaison between himself and the ministry, the chancellor of the diocese, who's a dear friend of mine. So it was a happy beginning. Now, what I didn't mention, and I want to fill that in before I proceed further, when all this was happening, I wasn't there. She came home just shocked and didn't know what to do when Father did all this. But anyway, when all this was happening, there was an usher that took care of the prayer service. Got the people seated. He got the catchers, the people when they do the healing service. Father blesses them, and many of them are slain in the spirit. But when they fall, they have to have catchers. Well, he was one of those gentlemen too. I've seen him before. When I went to attended Father Rookie's things, but I didn't know I didn't know him just to see him. Anyway, after all this happened, after Father called Cindy up and introduced her, and she gave a little talk about the work that she was going to establish here in the Belleville Diocese. People were very moved, it was just a real movement of the Spirit. There were tears in people's eyes, and anyway, when she got back to her pew, this man came up to her and says, "When you and Father Rookie were up there at the pulpit, and Father Rookie came over to put his arm around your shoulders, he saw the Blessed Mother, image of the Blessed Mother, hovering over them." Whoa, that was something different. Cindy was shocked because she didn't know this man, and they knew her because because she would come and give the messages that Mary would give her to give with Father Rookie's encouragement and permission. But anyway, that's one of those things that happened, and people were very moved, and they came home. The people with Cindy were very moved about the whole thing, but Cindy was concerned because we didn't see the bishop yet, and we had to see. So that was on Saturday night. On Monday morning, we saw the bishop, and all this transpired, as I mentioned in the last YouTube. But anyway, just to mention that it was a very special night, a very special time of grace. People that didn't even know Cindy were moved by her testimony and by Father's introduction to tears, some of them. Okay, I mentioned also another story about the house. Well, I'm just her spiritual director. I mind my own business, and she comes to confession monthly and spiritual direction. And anyway, she came in and said, "I'm moving down here." Oh, she was staying at the Shrine Motel, which is right across from the visitor center. So okay, our Blessed Mother wants me to move down here. Okay, so here when Mary wants something, Cindy doesn't make any hesitation. She does but where does she move? She says, "Our Blessed Mother says that I will get a house before Christmas." Well, this was in October or November or something. House before Christmas. She's in debt. She's over at the motel and running up a bill. She had no money. She gave all her money away. She had lots of money from. She gave it all away. She wanted nothing to do. She promised Mary she would not enter into the workforce. She was a microbiologist with about 4 or 5 or 6 patents to her name. Anyway, she gave all that up and became poor for our Blessed Mother. So anyway, here I'm sitting there listening to this. She has no place to go. She's in debt herself. And Blessed Mother, this is October, November, 1995. I said, "Oh my goodness, I was just wondering how all this was going to happen. I'm new at all this." Okay, and then she says another zinger for me. She says, "And Blessed Mother wants you to find the house." Well, if you know me, I hardly read the newspaper. I don't know the local real estate. I don't know nothing. But I did say, I was just shocked about that. But I said, "Cindy, Monday is my day off, and every Monday I go around the shrine. The shrine, remember, sitting on a bluff, the bluff of the Mississippi. Below the bluff, that's where our house is, below the bluff, just below the bluff. The shrine's right up there. It's a grassy bluff. It's not a rocky bluff. Beautiful. It extends for miles. It's this beautiful bluff. Trees and beauty and foliage. Anyway, I always go around the shrine. There's a railroad track that's on one side, and we're on the other side. It skirts the shrine. I always want to check Mary's skirt. That is where the shrine property is touching the is around on the bluff, and then around the bluff, and it goes the train goes around there, and it's like a beautiful enclosed garden of Blessed Mother. So I want to see what's going on. So when I go and check the houses and the establishments, and some of them aren't so nice to the women. Some are some what we call strip clubs. But anyway, I go around. That would be another story. Okay, I go around the thing, and I notice that the houses that were along the rim of the bluff and inside the bluff, one was for sale. I had no idea. I just saw a for sale sign. It didn't make a hillabees a difference for me. Anyway, I said, so, next day off, we'll go down and check that one there, that house was for sale. So the next Monday, we went down, my day off, we went down out of the shrine, down under the Highway 15, and just a few blocks away, we visited this for sale sign. There was a man outside raking leaves. It was in the fall, and he was raking and what do they call it when you churn them up, mulching leaves. Anyway, he stopped his motor and we asked him, sir, is your house for sale? Because it looked like the for sale sign pointed to his house up a driveway. He says, no, my house is not for sale, but the house way back in the woods is for sale. We didn't even know there was a house back in the woods in the first place. So we went back. There was a big German Shepherd there growling and everything. Scared. He warned us of that, but it had a big wooden fence there. But we looked at it and we took the number. Well, we contacted the real estate person, and she said, oh, this is under contract. Well, right away, we ready to walk away, but just hold it. The person that holds the contract has broken that contract and has not been very responsible regarding that contract. And we feel that we are not obligated by our contract since this person has not lived up to her part. So anyway, she showed us around. It was just perfect. Cindy thought it was perfect. She wanted to be in a poor area. This is a poor area. Centerville is very poor. It's got a lot of crime and things like that. But anyway, the people are good. These are the people I saw today. That's why it gets a sweat. These are the people that flush me. I'm real red too. Not just the sun, but love. They love me so much, and it's mutual. Anyway, it's Centerville. And it's in Centerville, and so in the poor area, she wanted fireplaces. Well, the man who built this place was the first owner, was a mason, bricklayer, and he built two fireplaces, one in the family room downstairs and one upstairs in what we call the front room. Anyway, so it was just perfect. How much? Okay, Cindy started dickering. I had no idea about money and real estate and all that. She found out the price. No money. She had zero, minus zero, because she was owing the motel. Anyway, because she was staying there. So here she is. She don't have a phone. So she goes in my office. I'm sitting at the desk trying to do my work. She's calling her friends all over the United States. And anyway, she got the money. They pledged this amount of money. And she went to the realtor. They closed it, and you know what? She was in Mary's little house, this little house, by Christmas, just as Blessed Mother had told her that it would be. Can you imagine that? It was unbelievable. Unbelievable that I found the house because I had nothing. No. Unbelievable that she had no money. In fact, she was in debt, and she got the money, scraped it up through her friends, and unbelievable that. It was under contract, but the contract was broken at that other one, and unbelievable that it was closed before Christmas, as Mary predicted. She was living in this house by Christmas, and just as Mary predicted. So this house is very special in the beginning. It is holy, and one of my stepsons says he wants me to live with him and his wife and his my beautiful grandson, Stryker Salvatore. But I told him, I'll never leave this house. This is like, it's very pretentious of me to compare it. Like the Holy Father, he's at the Vatican. Well, he's supposed to be there. I'm supposed to be here at Mary's little house doing the work of a Mother of God Ministries, with Cindy above now helping me, still loving